Well, I finally got a chance to use the blower again today. As you saw in my last video, I took and I put the 21 pounds of weight on the front of it, as was recommended for the cab to counterbalance that. And then I actually went back and I took and I double checked that the skids were set at the 0.875 inch off the bottom of the blower, per the instructions that you get with the snowblower for use in gravel. And you can pretty much see here that we had a storm yesterday. It was only about 3 or 4 inches, but this is what happens in front of my house all the time. You can see there was about a 18-inch high drift across the front, and I kind of expected this thing to go out there and just chew right through it and have no problems, but started running into problems for the front of this thing. Actually constantly picks itself up. It tries to ride up in the snow instead of digging through it. It's a real nasty issue to deal with, because if you try to pick up on the handlebars to put more weight on the front, the wheels just spin and it doesn't go anywhere. So basically what you have to do is try to bounce it up and down to get the front down a little bit and let it get some traction and get the front down a little bit. And it's really a real struggle to use. I never expected this. That little 35-year-old Ariens that I had, that would just chew through this stuff like nothing. I mean, it would have been a little bit low and kind of tunneled through it a little bit, and you would have had to go through it, but it just wasn't work to do stuff like this. And this is why I got the new blower, because this is the kind of conditions I deal with all the time. And these drifts usually are 3 to 4 feet high if we get any kind of a storm. So I just thought I decided to make another video, and I didn't expect it to be like this, but this is what it turned out to be. Now, I read online on one of these forums about how Ariens this year had moved the axles in these machines or something to rebalance them, because they were having trouble to make them easier to handle. And I'm just wondering if they moved them in the right direction, because this is not easy to handle. The other thing that's kind of got me wondering is this is one of the SHO machines. It's a super high output, where supposedly the auger and everything in it spin a lot faster than just the deluxe models. So I'm kind of wondering, it almost seems like that auger is just chewing its way right up through and pushing the skids off the ground, and that could be part of the problem why it's so hard to control. But I'm just, at this point in time, I'm really not happy at all with this new machine. Never thought I'd wind up going in the house with a sore back from just trying to blow a little bit of snow here. So basically this is just a long, boring video here, but I just wanted to show you my results with it, what's going on. I'm probably not going to bother making any more videos about this, because it's just too aggravating to me right now. And the one thing about it that's nice is the hand warmers. It's like a 0-degree wind chill out there right now, and the hand warmers are the only thing on this machine that really seem to be any good. They do work properly, and they keep your hands nice and toasty. I found out today that when you turn around, you get the sunshine on the outside of that cab with all the wrinkles and haze and everything in the plastic. It is really a beast on your eyes to try and look through it. So the cab's also really, I don't feel it's very good. The way it's built and the way it was folded and the wrinkles and stuff it has in it. So I'm just gonna shut up for a while now and let you watch this, and I'll start talking again once we get out by the road. So here you can pretty much see I'm just heading through the spot that basically had all the the snow blown off it, and heading out towards the road, and actually you can feel the wind blowing the whole thing sideways on this spot where it's kind of a little bit of sleety. There was a little bit of sleety, icy stuff. The wind does have a big reaction on the cab, helping it blow sideways. But out by the road there was, maybe about a 6-inch pile of some of that dense snow that the plow trucks push up. Wasn't really that much, but it really did turn into it's a real hard time trying to get through that stuff today for some reason. This machine just, the front end is just, even with those weights on it, the front end just seems to be, very light, trying to pick up on it, and, it's like it gets thrown all around. It just is not easy to control and keep going in any one direction that you're headed in. You have to, it's kind of like a constant fight of trying to hold up on the handlebars and trying to give it a little bit of a turn, and then it tries to push back, and you just, you fight it again. So it is a constant battle from what I'm seeing in my conditions so far. And, with this kind of snow, this little bit of snow, I never saw this with my old one. But the old Ariens that I had, like I said, was, it was a 35-year-old model, and it didn't have all this fancy auto turn and stuff on it. And actually the auger on it really turned very slow, it seems like, compared to this one. And it just chewed through stuff. It wouldn't throw snow 50 feet. It would throw it 30 feet maybe, but it did it very well the way I, compared to this one. So I just thought I'd, just do an update on my feelings about this. As you can see, and these are the exact conditions that I get all the time up here. And here you can see I just went back through, and this is just some of the same video, but this is from a different point of view. I had a GoPro mounted up on top of my hat, looking out, so you can pretty much see exactly what I went through, and just how it fought and walked up. And there you can kind of see how the left auger seems to be digging actually deeper into the bank than the right auger when you back it off. I don't know, that's just because the snow fell or something, but that could have something to do with it being kind of tough to control too. So I'm not really sure what it is, but I just thought I'd just do a follow-up with the GoPro. And when I get out in the sun with the cab, you can't really see it with the GoPro. Maybe that's got that UV filter on it or something, but there is a extreme glare on the that plastic in the wrinkle sections and stuff, making it extremely tough to see what you're doing. But at least it does keep the snow off of your head and face, so I guess that's what you got to put up with if you're going to use one of these. Pretty much you can see that anything over first gear is basically useless in any kind of deep snow on this machine. And like I said in the past, I'm not really happy so far with this machine, and I just thought I'd share these videos of my experience with it, and hopefully it'll help others make a decision about whether or not this would work for them in their conditions, because I know this is not the best, seems like it's not the best machine for my conditions. I think I'm going to have to list this as one of my worst buys ever.